All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me make sure that I'm indeed going live everywhere. Okay, I see I'm live on Instagram for certain. And let me see if I'm live everywhere else. I see I'm live on LinkedIn as well. Okay, perfect, 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 perfect. I see that. All right, today we're going to talk about high ticket offers. Today we're going to talk about how to generate leads and convert leads from LinkedIn. Today we're going to talk about today is the day one of our training today. Today is the day one of our training today. If you registered for the webinar for the masterclass, um, you can join me on Zoom. I sent you the link this morning. So, but without further ado, what this masterclass is all about. This masterclass is all about high ticket sales, how to generate leads on LinkedIn, how to empower your LinkedIn with the back end power of YouTube, how to do high ticket sales. And this masterclass dedicated for entrepreneurs who sell, market um, high ticket offer, or for entrepreneurs who are thinking about what would be the right price, what would be the right price for my offer, um or like I later I'm going to talk about how my clients also transform their low ticket offer into high ticket offer, right? And how they were able to leverage organic content marketing through LinkedIn, through offer positioning, through messaging. So that's what we're going to talk about. We are going to write for about 9 days. 9 days. So today is the day one. And also, if you registered, I ask you a question. I ask you a question in the DMs. What would you like to hear about and what would you like to learn about? So I'm going to give you answers. I'm going to give you answers. And a lot of people ask, like the majority of questions were focused on how to sell high ticket offer on LinkedIn, what content converts, like content conversion component is also very important. We're going to talk about that. How to sell in the DMs if the offer is, let's say $5,000 offer, how to structure a DM conversation. We're also going to talk about that. And in fact, in on Friday, we are going to have a sales training. Normally, when I do like consecutive days, master classes on LinkedIn and everywhere else, I on Friday I normally dedicate a day where I just strictly talk about sales and sales training, because entrepreneurs right now have well, I would entrepreneurs right now have probably three major blind spots. Now, blind spot number one, they are not certain on their audience. Blind spot number two, um, it's messaging, right? Like messaging can miss, right? Messaging cannot may not be 100% resonated with the audience. And blind spot number three is sales. A lot of entrepreneurs, and I was that entrepreneur who just afraid of sales. They're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of hearing no, and they think that they're not equipped enough when it comes to sales. So without further ado, let's get started. Today is a day one, and let's let me tell you a little bit about myself, what I do, and who I am, and a little bit of my origin story. So I was born and raised in Moscow, Russia, and I had about what 1, 2, 3, 4. three successful careers, right? Entrepreneurship is my fourth career, and it's a very unique career path that I never had before. I speak five languages. I speak Russian, I speak English, American Sign Language, Russian Sign Language, Spanish, and I can understand like other Slavic languages. So that's just like it's just like cool fun fact about me. I was like one of my early careers was a sign language interpreter. And why this is important and how it relates to your business, I'm going to talk about that in a second because that was one of my first businesses. But like I said, how it relates to your business a little bit later. So I also I also work as a clinical psychologist, and I went to school like this is my education, clinical psychology, psychotherapy, and specialty education. And when I moved to the United States, I was like I was able to get back into behavioral health field, but what I was also questioning myself, what should I do? Like how do I support my family and how do I make money? So that's where I made a major shift to software engineering and software developer. And then like if you have like if you didn't see my post on Saturday from Saturday, I had a major life event. I had a major life event happen in my life. I I I got divorced. The life of my life asked me for a divorce, and that was a trigger moment for me because after that I started thinking like, okay, but who I really am, because right now I don't have anyone to like really reflect my not necessarily reflect my identity, but like now it's me, and now it's me time. Figure out what I want, figure out what I can do, figure out how I can influence other people. And that was huge for me. That was absolutely huge for me. Um, and this is how my business was born. This is the first time I sat down and I thought like what kind of impact I can bring to the world. And my like before getting coaching, before getting education on any kind of business or business model, how to generate leads, like what is business it really is about. I thought about like, okay, I'm a clinical psychologist, I'm really good with people, I was really good therapist. Like what I can do, I can probably be a life coach, right? Like, and again, like I had no idea how to run my business. Okay. And then later on, I was listening to different mentors. I was listening to different business coaches, and I figured, like, you know what? If I'm serious about it, if I'm serious bringing the impact to the world, like, first of all, I need to, instead of focusing on me, myself, and what I want to do in a way, like, okay, like how I can help, what problem I can solve right now. That problem doesn't have to be the only problem that I'm solving for my customer. And that problem was um, leadership training, career training for other software engineers. That was the first offer that I sell at high ticket price point. And I was able to build a group, and this group is still well alive and well. And I love my clients. I'm running a group, and this is what dawned on me, right? Because when I started my entrepreneurial journey, I clearly realized that I didn't want to just learn something, read something, and then present like it as my offer. I wanted to have the skills, and learning those skills as organic content marketing, high ticket sales, building a coaching program from scratch, delivering high value results, because it's not just about selling your services, right? Like this is a part of it. Like you can master how to sell high ticket, but if you can't deliver on the promise, if you can deliver on the promise, then it's going to be rather difficult to rather difficult to maintain that offer, because like if your customers are unhappy at some point, like you're gonna have a reputation. You're gonna have a reputation, and it's like you're gonna work so much harder to like refill your top funnel. So, but it wasn't until you know, a lot of people think in order to start a business, in order to start their journey as an entrepreneur, they have to have something. They have to have a skill. They have to have, I don't know, like they have to have an offer. They have to have something, or they have to have finances. But it starts with your identity, y'all. It starts with your identity. Until I step into my power as a subject matter expert, as a coach, as a person who can provide significant difference in the world, nothing was happening. It was identity. Like after identity, when you step into your new identity as an entrepreneur, as a subject matter expert, as a high level entrepreneur, as a high ticket offer entrepreneur, then the next step is action. You start acting based on your identity, and your action produces something that you have: high ticket coaching program, income, recurring revenue. A lot of people right now have it backwards. A lot of people tie their identity based on what they have right now and their current reality. But this is like this is wrong. Like if I built my identity based on my current reality, I wouldn't be here. Because back then when I was moving from Moscow to Chicago, I like, based on my current reality, if my identity back then was tied to my current reality, I was not qualified to be here. I did not have enough money to move. I did not have enough money to rent like a room in a very expensive city in America, Chicago. Chicago is not cheap, y'all. Chicago is not cheap. Like, listen, a little caveat, like a little side note, right? Like, I lived in Chicago, Florida, uh, Seattle, Denver, returned back to Chicago, and now I'm back in Seattle. I'm here to tell you that like probably one of the most expensive cities I ever lived in terms of like everything was probably Chicago, especially when it comes to real estate, especially when it comes to renting, especially when it comes to like what you get for the money, because Chicago is a big city. But again, speaking back to the identity, that came from my identity, not from my current reality. The same thing for my business. When I started my business, I did not have the social proof. I did not have, like, when I had my business idea, right? I did not have the skills. But once I stepped into identity of a business owner, like, okay, this is how I create the difference in the world. This is what God is calling me to do. Once I step into that identity, the second thing is action. I started looking for mentorship. I started looking for a coach, not because, and I was reflecting yesterday. I was looking for a coach not just because I thought I couldn't do it alone, I couldn't do it by myself, and yada yada yada. I wouldn't like, one of my toxic traits as an entrepreneur, I'm impatient. This is something I'm truly working on. This is not a humble brag. This is not a brag. This is literally like toxic personality trait for any entrepreneur: impatience. Because entrepreneurship is a long game. But also, how that toxic trait of impatience, because I needed my business now. I wanted to act now. I wanted to take quick action now. How it affected my business. I started looking for a coach. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to try to figure out by myself, copying entrepreneurs who already make millions of dollars, have teams to do the work for them. I'd rather learn it by myself. I'd rather learn it with a coach. I'd rather learn it with a coach. And I was playing around with different social media platforms, and LinkedIn. Literally after I went live with my offer, like high ticket offer, and the very first offer, like I changed it later, but like the very first offer was iOS Accelerator Program, 101 iOS Accelerator Program for people who would like to break into iOS development from different software specialties. And a person who followed me for 5 years on YouTube. This is why I say you have to have a power of two. When it comes to social media and organic marketing, you have to have the power of two. So that person followed me on YouTube, but when I went live on LinkedIn, he immediately was in my DMs. Immediately. Immediately. So like it comes with your identity. It starts with your identity. In fact, I had 3 businesses before, and I didn't know about them. I had my private practice because you know what? I had my private practice, and in my private practice, I so I was in college, right? And what I know, that wealth is created by collaboration. Wealth is created by collaboration. So, how would I collaborate with my mentors, with my professors, with my teachers on a very close level? So I get premium knowledge, I get premium access. I should start working with them, and I should start private practice. And I need a supervisor who would supervise me on my private practice cases. In Russia Russia is a little like it was back then, a little different in terms of the license and legal requirements and stuff like that. So, but that was the thing. I had my private practice. I had about like three clients, three clients who were getting therapy from me. I knew nothing about business. I knew nothing about marketing. I just posted my ad, not ad, but like announcement on the internet, and people would come. Content marketing, speaking of. But like I did not think, like, again, that was identity issue, y'all. That was not a skill set issue. That was not a skill set issue. I missed my business with private practice. It went by me. I'm like, I need to get a job. I need to get a job. I need to get a job. Like I have private clients booking consultation with me, booking therapy sessions with me. All I needed to do, I needed to get better at lead generation. I needed to get better at lead generation. And listen, they're like, I speak with so many people that miss their businesses. They're dropping their businesses literally on the floor because it is identity issue. Because people don't step into their identity issue as an entrepreneur. It is an identity issue. So, and during that time, I did not see myself as an entrepreneur. I thought I needed to get a job. I thought I needed to, and this is what I was taught. Like you go to school, you finish your school, you go do internship like this, and this is why I started my private practice. So like, okay, like how do I get a job with that experience? So that would be my experience. And then I like as I was lending private clients, right, without that much of experience, that like and that part on itself was incredible. I was lending clients without that much of experience. I was lending private clients without that much of experience. But that was identity issue. That was identity blind spot. Listen, and if back then I had a mentor, I had a coach that said like, "Hey, this is the business. Like, what does it matter if you make a little bit of money with your business right now? Because starting your business, running your business is not an instant wealth. It's not microwave success. It's not just at hot water and you're gonna have six figures in your bank account. Like it takes time. But what if you would generate a little bit of money with your business that you generate, like that you would generate in your 9 to 5 as a more junior professional anyway? But what if instead of focusing on finding a job, working for somebody else, making more money for somebody else rather than like investing in you, providing big impact? And listen, even as a clinical psychologist, I created bigger and better impact with my private practice than when I was working for somebody else. Bigger and better impact when I was working in my private practice than somebody else. Because when I was working with somebody else, their priority was a little different than deliver the transformation, help with the mental health conditions for their customers, even though that wasn't the intent. But there were like a ton of regulations, a ton of paperwork that I had to follow. And I did not hit the mark with the transformational work. Versus in my private practice, clients get better results, faster results, bigger impact. And I missed it because of the identity. Sign language interpreter. Listen, I told you that story before, but all local emergency services, and I mean ambulance, police officers, fire department, local judges, local lawyers, they have my phone number. I don't know how. Well, I know how because wealth is created through collaboration and communication and connecting with other people. And this is something that I learned really, really early on in my career. And I started connecting with the right people at the right time, at the right place. And before I knew it, emergency department knew my number. And I was getting calls and I was getting booked. Back then, again, because of the identity issue, I missed my business. I missed my second offer. And because of my identity issue, I almost missed my career as a tech mentor. Because like when I got into tech career, I immediately started mentoring people, giving them advice. Let me know in the chat. If you're watching me online, let me know in the chat what business you are running or what business you could have ran if you had the right identity. What business you are running right now and what business you could have, what it could have been, what it could have been. Are you a mentor? Have you provided services before without even knowing that? Have you led somebody before? Have you delivered have you delivered services to your corporate job at a very high level but got paid as an employee? Share with me in the comments. Share with me in the comments because when we are real, we can heal and we can evolve from that. And there's no shame. Like, listen, there's no shame. if you just realize it now, like I'm literally sitting on the gold mine. I can create something. I can create impact based on my knowledge, what I have. Like drop drop your business in the comments, y'all. Let me know. So now let's talk about meat and potatoes and the main dish. Why LinkedIn? So why LinkedIn? So let's say you have high ticket offer. And if you don't have high ticket offer, I strongly encourage you to stick around for 9 days with me. Join my live streams, join my Zoom if you want to get like high seat coaching on Zoom. Like join me. So why LinkedIn? First of all, it is a friendly algorithm. I spoke with a few people from Instagram. I'm toying around with Instagram as well. If you see me more active on Instagram, this is exactly why. But here's the thing: on LinkedIn is designed for connections and for networking. And I said it before, and I say it again, and I say it again, and I say it again, that wealth is created by collaboration right now. Wealth is created by collaboration, by building your community, by connecting with the right people, by being in the right room. Instagram won't get you there as fast as LinkedIn would. Other social media platforms that are extremely saturated in every single niche, they won't get you there as fast as LinkedIn does. Listen, for me, like after business coaching, figure out my messaging, it took me 90 days to get my first client on LinkedIn. I still don't have clients from Instagram. I still don't have clients from other social media platforms. And in fact, when I figure out money loves speed, but when I figure out like, okay, LinkedIn, I can put meaningful effort in LinkedIn with less effort, less time spending on the platform by creating meaningful connections, by creating meaningful community, and make more money from it and get clients faster because again, tax straight, impatient entrepreneur working on it. Like I'd rather go with LinkedIn. I'd rather go full time, full speed, full effort on LinkedIn. And also, when it comes to content creation, like only 1 to 3% share content on LinkedIn. That number it will improve. That number will increase. That number will improve, and that number will increase. But again, my content on LinkedIn always gets better, better engagement, better visibility. More people see that. More people know about it. Listen, like on Instagram, on Facebook, good night. Nobody sees it. And like you said, well, you just have to use your Instagram account in the right way. Buy my Instagram course and I will teach you how to like clients. Like I know how to like clients on Instagram. You have to post one reel a day. You have to post 12 stories. You have to engage. You have to be constantly on Instagram. It is possible. Listen, like there are more than one way to create wealth. There are more than one way to create lead generation. There are more than one way to be successful. I'm just telling you what is the easiest and the fastest way to get to your destination. And in fact, this is the truth for my clients. And also, LinkedIn is a search engine. LinkedIn is a search engine. YouTube is too. This is why, like, I will be expanding why you should have a YouTube as your secondary platform. Again, like YouTube is very competitive, is very saturated as well. But it's also a search engine, and also people come for education. And if you're purpose driven entrepreneur, if you provide a lot of value, if you educate your people, if you teach people like what I'm doing right now, I am teaching that content will, like, your people, when they go of like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, they want to spend time with you. In fact, people should spend around 7 hours with you before they make buying decision. This is why it is important to, like, first of all, create bingeable content that will get them there. Like, it can be your podcast, it can be your videos, it can be whatever it is, bingeable content. And bingeable content, like, it's so easy to create Netflix effect on YouTube because you can create playlist. When it's a playlist, it's better for the algorithms, and you can share your legacy, your library on LinkedIn. This is how I grew my YouTube account, y'all. And like back in my corporate days, that was my funnel to landing jobs. Recruiters will see my YouTube videos, and they will come back on LinkedIn, hit me up for the job. This is what I teach my career legacy students in my career coaching program. This is a funnel. LinkedIn, where we start conversation. YouTube, where we have the back end, where we have our legacy. Instagram won't, like, as of right now, Instagram won't give you that legacy. You know why? Because Instagram does not prioritize older content over new content. This is like really go, 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 go platform. This is pretty much like fresh and new. It's a little bit fast paced. It can be fast paced, but they all generate, like they all focus on new content. Also, LinkedIn has more affluent buyers. The average income on LinkedIn anywhere from 70K like to 200K and more. Also, people here come here on LinkedIn and on YouTube. People come here for education. And if you sell educational product, if you help, like if you give an advice, if you like, I, also drop what you do in your business. If you're in education business in any way, shape, or form, drop E. You can be a coach, you can be a mentor, you teach somebody to do something. If you are in the education space, please drop E in the comments. Let me know that you're in the education. Because especially if you're in the education business, if you are career coach, you must be only. If you are a brand strategist, you must be only. If you are a business coach, LinkedIn is also a very reliable platform to be. And people will learn from you on LinkedIn and on YouTube. And that creates funnel. That creates funnel. So another point about LinkedIn is easy. Like, no matter if you're starting business or pivoting, no matter if you're starting business or pivoting, it's easier on LinkedIn. I started my business on LinkedIn. I pivoted on LinkedIn. Both sucks. Both scenarios sucks. Starting out sucks because it takes 90 days to start out, right? Pivoting sucks because it may take 90 days or longer depending how you're pivoting. Like, it sucks, but I did it. I did it on LinkedIn. It's easier to connect with more affluent buyers. People consume your content. People consume you what you say, your content everywhere, but on LinkedIn, they're coming to make a buying decision. Powerful networks. I will say it again. I will say it again. Wealth is created by collaborations. Wealth is created by collaborations, by building community, by getting people into your ethos that resonate with you through connections, through collaborations. Actually, I was speaking with one of the entrepreneurs, and we were kind of like back and forth on like working together as a like client coach capacity. And that entrepreneur, like high level entrepreneur, asked me like, okay, can we do a peer-to-peer mastermind? Like can we exchange our services? I will give you something of my services, you will give you something of your services. Would that work for you? Because we both in the similar niches and we can help each other out quite significantly. And I said, you know what helps me most is like collaborations and building partnerships. This is what I need more than money, because that will create like this is a mechanism. Again, who be who entrepreneur, high level entrepreneur. It starts with your identity. Do so what once you are in that identity, then you act on that identity, and then you have high ticket offer, and then you have income, and then you have prosperity. A lot of people think it backwards, as I said in the beginning. A lot of people, what they have, they tie identity to what they have, and they do based on their identity. That like that formula is so backwards in corporate America. Listen, like I'm gonna repeat that again. In corporate America, it's so backwards. Like the society, like the social media, like the internet, the TV, the news, like they're all trying to get us focused on what we have, tie our identity to what we have, and act on based on that identity. This is backwards, because you become who you want to become. You have like your transformation, your wealth creates here on the level of your imagination, on the level of your identity. And then it translates to the actions. And then it translates to the possession of what you have, not the other way around. If so many people understood that first, who do I need to become? Okay, what do I need to do now? It will translate into possession. And there will be no room for imposter syndrome, because we always start in like when we have imposter syndrome, when we have confidence issues, this is because we tie our identity to our undesired reality. Our undesired reality creates undesired identity that motivates us to do undesired actions that we don't want to do. And this is backwards. This is backwards. All right. Moving on. Now, I would like to share with you what my clients did. I would like to share with you. In the next few days, I will be sharing more case studies with you. But this is what I do with my clients. I work with people who, okay, I want to build a business. I don't know how would I charge high ticket. And by the way, let's settle on the definition. A high ticket offer in my books, high ticket offer, it starts at $2,000 and above. $2,000 and above. Other coaches consider $3,000 and above. This is a high ticket offer. In my program, it's $2,000 and above. Um, and like really solid high ticket offer is anywhere from $2,000 to $12,000. That's a high ticket offer. Anything above $12,000 is a flagship ultra high ticket offer. Your premium offer, right? So, but like I work with clients who came with like from nothing. They never had a business before, or like maybe that was majority of the time. Listen, majority of the time it is identity issue. The majority of the time it is the identity issue. It's not what they don't have something. It's not that they don't know something. This is the identity issue. And Jason, right? He came to me with a $190 course, and we were going back and forth, right? Like, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to build an agency as a software engineer, dev agency, provide service? Like, you can go that route 100%. Or do you want a mentor because you already have a course, you already know how to teach people? What do you want to do? And it took us like a few things, like a few sessions to really figure out, to really step into that identity. And after that, like my client got 50 calls a week. Okay, you are getting like booked. Okay, you're getting booked in your calls, right? And he successfully launched again. Listen, I created something that I wanted at the beginning because I want to share something with you, okay? When I was looking for my mentor, I did not know what to do. I spoke with one mentor, and he asked me like, how soon do you want to quit your corporate job? I said like, I don't want to quit my corporate job. I'm just starting my business. I'm just being realistic. I want to make my first 50K. That would be awesome. So he disqualified me. He said, you know what, playing too small, thinking too small. I'm not gonna work with you. And then I really didn't know, like I want to have a comprehensive program where I will get my first wins, my first results to push my business forward. And this is what Jason did and what Jason got. The comprehensive approach, how to position your offer, how to do sales calls, because I do role plays. In my program, I do role plays for sales calls because like this is a gradual and this is a like this is a gradual transition, right? You start with your customer profile. You have a deep understanding who do you serve, because even if you have your ideal customer profile, I bet you it's too generic. I serve high achieving women. Like, okay, who are those women? I help people to get better, to become better versions of themselves. Like, okay, who are those people and want that version of them and want that better version of themselves? What is your program promise? What is your product promise? Who you promise what, and how or without what? I help IT help desk professionals to learn front end to get into front end development without paying thousands of dollars on a boot camp. It's one of my clients' program promise. I help who? IT help specialists to do what? To break into front end development without what? Paying thousands of dollars on a boot camp. When do you promise? So this is Donovan. This is another my client, and before and again, like I will be breaking down case studies a little bit later in the process, like tomorrow. Like I'm gonna take you on the journey where people were, like and really guide you, really show you the transformation path for many of my clients. So Donovan, he came to me with like $20. Like he probably had like 8 offers. Like all of them were $20 an hour consultation. Like I like, okay, you have like $8 or you have 8 offers, all of them $20. Like, what is the difference? Like, why should I book this offer versus that offer? Like they all cost the same or almost the same. Like, I don't remember. Like this is what I remember. Like this is first of all, I'm confused like which $20 call I should book. Second, um, is it sustainable, right? Like the passion is here, the knowing what you can deliver is here, but what? And Donovan, also he completely sold out during his first launch. He got like he got clients before the launch, and then like this is what I like about Donovan. He really like follows step by step process. Like he has that tenacity and that patience. Like is an excellent quality of an entrepreneur. He's not like I want 50 clients. I'm like no, I want to prove my offer with a limited amount of clients, and if I get 2 or 3 clients, I will be so happy to prove my offer, to sell it successfully, redefine, raise prices, and do it again. Like this is like this like this is the quality of successful entrepreneur. So like Donovan sold out. And again, when Donovan came to my program, he had no idea how to run a business and what the business is about. And by the way, on Thursday, Donovan was so gracious to agree to actually invite you on our behind the scenes coaching program or coaching call. So we're going to go live. I'm going to be coaching. It's not going to be an interview, it's going to be a coaching session. And Donovan agreed to like do that coaching session publicly. So you kind of see, like, you kind of get a feeling how to work with me. And also, you're going to learn a lot because, like, every single live stream, every single coaching session, like, I share a lot of information, I share a lot of value. I want you walk away with actionable plan. I want you to walk away transform, and I want you to walk away with like, okay, like this is my action plan. This is my action play. And he successfully sold his business. This is another my client. This is another client. Brand strategist. Brand strategist. Because like this is what I didn't want to do. Like when I pivoted from career coaching to business mentorship and business coaching and helping other entrepreneurs to step in their new identity, act on that identity, and have successful business. I really didn't want to be a coach for coaches only. I wanted to really help service based entrepreneurs who provide services, right? Not just coaching services. And what my client did, she's really truly incredible. What she's doing with other brands, and it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing, indescribable. And when she came to me, the struggle was like again, the blind spot was the sales process and offer positioning. And my client has like high ticket, I would say almost premium offer. And literally within like after three calls, after 3 sessions, she made back her investment in the program 6 times. She got 6 times return on investment after 3 calls. Again, I can promise you that, right? I think any business coach who promises you a lot of money or like, tons of money, tons of this, tons of that, this is unethical because like everybody has a different background. my client has a different background than, like my client already had I've already had a proven offer, already had like I've already had a client, and I've already had I've already knew what she was going to deliver, and she already knew the market, like she did market research, and boom, flagship premium offer that will, like, that if sold successfully, that would really like result into 6 times the return on investment. 6 times. And that came from sales techniques. That came from, say, like improving the skills. So I would like to I would like to start questions and answers. So let me check the other social media platforms. Let me see LinkedIn if there are like questions, if anything I can clarify for you all. Let me see. Like, drop your questions in the chat though. Drop your questions in the chat. I will answer them. All right. So I'm gonna answer some of the questions that people ask. I'm gonna answer some people questions that people ask. Oh, so before I do that, like I have one more share to do, and that share is Theo. Theo is not my business client. Okay, like we started with the career legacy, but we did a little bit of a business coaching. Um, Theo has entrepreneurial mindset. Again, this is the identity. This is the identity. And Theo actually was able to secure, like, probably after, well, also like 2 3 sessions, his B2B contract with a private client as a software engineer, and land corporate contracts, and also corporate contract, and also like really learning how to handle objections from clients. Oh, that was, oh, hold on. That was one of the transformations. So, also before I go into questions and answers, and the enrollment for my program is open now. So it's application based only. If you would like to work with me, comment on this live stream, book a call, and I will reach out to you. Also, also, you can DM me and ask me about the program, and I make sure to set up a call with you to determine if it is a good fit. Because I am as discerning as you are, I prefer to have consultations either in the DMs or on the call before we start rolling, before we start getting into the program, right? So if you're ready to enroll, if you're ready to work with me, come and book a call and send me a DM. Okay, let's go through the questions. So, what type of content do you find that best attracts high ticket client? Is a post, live video, etc. So, this is my friend, and a little bit background. My friend is a career coach, and this is what I know. What I know. What I know. Uh, it's not just about the type of content that converts. It's not just about the type of content that converts. When we talk about the content that converts, it goes beyond live video, it goes beyond posts, it goes beyond polls. It's about the system. Think about this way. Before before you build your bank account, you have to build your community, right? You have to connect with people. You have to have the right people in your ethos. You have to have the right people in your network. This is number one requirement. After that, after that, it's important to, like, after that, it's important to um, start nurturing sequence. Before you sell, you have to earn the right to sell. Before you sell, you have to earn the right to sell. And also, when you post content about your offer, this is not like this is about this is not about telling them what to do, it's about telling them how to think. It's when you're shifting beliefs and different level of awareness, because people might be problem unaware, problem aware, solution aware. They might be aware of your product or other products. This is where you have to differentiate yourself, and the most aware. And majority of your audience is problem unaware and problem aware. So this is why it's essential to shift beliefs. I will be expanding more on that like in the next in tomorrow's session. So I really want to keep this session like under an hour or an hour. So I might have time for one more question. And by the way, if you are on LinkedIn on YouTube, drop your questions, and I will be answering them either in the next session or in the comment section as well. So if you have a burning question that you want me to answer, I will answer that. Um, if I have time today, I will answer them today. So, how to get people to buy a luxury high end product? Luxury high-end product. So I love this question. So I have a person in my network who sells high-end product, high tech, high-end weaving product, luxury product. So here's the thing: sell a story, not a product. Your product solves a problem, and that problem ties is tied to a story. I will be expanding a little bit more on Friday on high ticket sales, but this is the essentials. Sell a story, not a product. Sell the experience, not a product. Because listen, if I say that like buy this remote control for $5,000, you're not gonna buy it. But if I say that this remote control was serving, I don't know, high level entrepreneurs on the best presentations ever, smooth control. And plus, you have business coaching and a trip to Bali for a networking event with other entrepreneurs. And and you're going to have this remote control to like really make your presentations more presentable. This is kind of no-brainer offer. And I'm exaggerating a little bit, but like every product has a story. Every brand has a story. What story, what experience you can sell with your high-end product? That's that's the essential. That's the important part. All right. What other? So I have a question. Is LinkedIn time consuming? Is LinkedIn time consuming? LinkedIn is not time consuming, and I will be expanding a little bit more on that in our next session. So, but LinkedIn is not time consuming. It takes me like I spend probably an hour a day in the morning on LinkedIn, and then I just like follow up as I go. And of course, as your business is growing, right? As your business is growing, like you spent more time on LinkedIn. All right. All right. So registration is open. Well, enrollment is open. Come and book a call with me if you want to work with me. If you want to learn more about what I do, if you want to be my next success story. And we're going to continue tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of you.